We see a lot of scenarios where former top high school basketball players have a major fall off. Not everybody that's a 5-star recruit or ranked inside the top 25 is going to make it. Everybody has a different path. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. Some of these athletes, they're going to come face to face with tough obstacles. Whether those obstacles are injuries, not getting playing time, or joining the wrong team, the list goes on and on. With all that being said, even though they may encounter obstacles, more times than not, you're going to see most of these players succeed, and it's still rare to see a 5-star recruit fall off. But however, this story is going to be a tad bit different. On this channel, we cover stories where players go from 5-star recruits or a top player to unheard of and disappearing. This story is going to talk about how a unranked player, yeah that's right, you heard me correctly, a unranked basketball player went to not just a top 10 player, but the #1 overall recruit in his class. I can't forget to throw in there, he did this in the span of 1 year. That's impressive. So, who is this #1 player in the country? Why is nobody talking about him? And what's his story? What's good, y'all? Hope you're having a blessed day. Just wanted to drop by and say, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're liking the story videos, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like for more. And it's double upload Matt in the building. You already know, anytime we double upload, you gotta leave a like. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get on with the story. We got a good story. It's a different story. We don't talk about players' come-ups too often because, well, quite frankly, they're not that interesting. However, this one is really inspiring. If you're a young athlete and you're looking for some inspiration or motivation, this is going to be your guy. It's a great example of how your life can change in the span of only 1 year. You always hear the quote and phrase, a lot can change in 1 year. I don't think a lot of people understand it, and maybe this story will put it more into a better perspective. Coming in at roughly 6'5", 215 pounds in the class of 2022, we got no other than Shaedon Sharpe himself. He has a 95 overall grade on ESPN, 5-star recruit, and is the #1, yes that is right, the #1 player in his class. I gotta be real with all of you. For a guy to be the #1 overall player in his class, nobody's giving him the attention he deserves. He's got to be the least talked about #1 prospect I've ever heard of. Who is Shaedon Sharpe? What's his backstory? Let's dive into it. Even though Sharpe is officially the #1 player in the United States, he's not from here. He's from London, Ontario. He started out playing his high school ball for EYBL Secondary School, which is in his hometown. He had a solid career at this high school. There's not all too much to say. He was one of the best players on the team, and he led them to a AAA title. I don't know too much about Ontario basketball, and I couldn't find much information, so I don't know if winning this AAA title is that big of a deal. Regardless, his team won it. Anytime you win the championship in anything, I don't care if it's the Boys and Girls Club or YMCA, you gotta be somewhat good. After he led his team to the title, this is when he decided to make a change in his life. He wound up moving to Sunrise Christian Academy, which is in Bel Air, Kansas. In this part of our story, this is when it really gets inspiring. As a sophomore joining Sunrise Christian, he found a hard time even getting on the court. He was playing, but he wasn't producing, and he wasn't one of the main guys on the team just yet. I could sit up here and give you a million reasons as to why things didn't work out. All you need to know is they didn't work out. It wasn't a great fit. He knew this, the coaching staff knew this, his family knew this, so therefore he decided to take his talents elsewhere. For his junior season, this is when he transferred to Dream City Christian School, which is located in Glendale, Arizona. This is where the ball starts to get rolling for his basketball career. As soon as he got to Dream City, the coaching staff knew he could help them dramatically, and he was one of the best players and the main players on the team. He had a big part in their offense. Many would go out there and say that the offensive system, it flowed through him. He was almost like the quarterback for the team. At the beginning of his junior season, he wasn't even ranked. You gotta remember, as a sophomore, he didn't produce that much, so really there wasn't a reason to rank him. He didn't even start to get looks or get ranked at all until the end of his junior season. When he did get ranked, Sharpe, he didn't start out on top. He was only looked at as a 3-star recruit. It wasn't until recently in the AAU season that we just had, most notably the EYBL circuit, when he started to gain all this attention and hype. When you see a player go from unranked to a 5-star, in this case, unranked to the #1 player, Everyone relatively has the same question. Yo, if they were really that good, why are they just now getting the respect they deserve? Well, to answer that question, it has a lot to do with opportunities, I'm gonna be honest. You can be the greatest basketball player in the world, you can average 50 points per game, but if you're at a really small school and nobody's seeing it, what does it matter? I don't believe in luck. I don't think luck is a real thing. What I do believe is whenever you see someone jump out of nowhere like Shaedon Sharpe did and become a 5-star recruit, it is a perfect example in case of when preparation meets opportunity. A lot of people have this misconception that, oh, well, he just got really good overnight or he got really good in 1 year. No, that's not what happened. This dude's been really good his entire life. He just so happened to get put in the right system and everything clicked. By saying everything clicked, what I'm referring to is an AAU on the EYBL circuit. He put up a ridiculous summer season, and you could say it was one of the best we've ever seen. I'm going to emphasize this once again. This is in the EYBL. He's playing the best of the best competition. He averaged 22.6 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.7 assists. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about his game. The numbers speak for themselves. He's a walking bucket. What makes him so good though? What makes him stand out from all the other players that were ranked ahead of him? He's not a household name just yet. Give him a year or two. I feel like he could be in the NBA in 2 years if you really think about it. In the future, whenever you hear the name Shaedon Sharpe brought up, I believe the first thing that's going to come to everybody's mind is a pure scorer. My dude can straight up score the ball. Whether you're talking about mid-ranges, driving to the goal, shooting step-back threes, he can do a little bit of everything. But Matt, a lot of people can score the ball. Yes, I agree. What makes him so more attractive, I would say, is it's so much better looking. What great basketball players have in common is this one simple thing. I've said it 1,000 times on this channel. I'm going to say it again. They look smooth on the court in everything they do. And matter of fact, they look so smooth. I'm going to use the LaMelo Ball, for example. It's almost like, and it looks like to me and you, they're not even trying. That's what stands out about Sharpe's game. He can make highlight plays make it look like it was nothing to him. Many recruiting analysts have fell in love with his quote-unquote explosive ability. I don't feel the same way. I think what separates him is his shooting ability. That's not getting enough talk. He's not the most efficient three-point shooter or shooter in general. He's going to shoot some questionable shots that you shake your head at and ask yourself, why in the world did he shoot that? On the flip side, those shots where you shake your head, he's going to make some of them. When you're breaking down his game, this is the best way to say it. He's an insane athletic freak that can score and shoot the ball really well. When you combine all those things, normally in most cases, you're looking at a top 15 to top 10 player, in this case, the number 1 player. Also recently, he started to get more in the news because he did announce he's committing to Kentucky. Here's what Sharpe had to say about his decision. It was a tough decision, but I felt like they had a clear plan for me as I worked to play at the highest level. Coach Cal took the time to understand who I was as a person and how to get the best out of me. Kentucky felt the most like home to me. I get the sense that I can grow to reach my potential on and off the court at Kentucky, given the platform, atmosphere, and legacy. When his recruitment process was going on, there were some speculations that he may go to the G League or take the overseas route. I honestly don't see why you would do that, especially with how you can make money in college now. As of when I'm currently speaking and filming this video, Sharpe will play his senior year at Dream City Christian in Glendale, Arizona, like he did his junior season. It goes without being said, this is a great pickup for Kentucky. Kentucky, though, they get 5-star recruits all the time. Nobody should be shocked or wowed by this. Back on topic with how he rose to the number 1 player, it was obviously like we already went over because of how well he played in the EYBL circuit. He quickly went from that 3-star recruit to a 5-star in the span of a couple of months, which is unbelievable if you think about it. We see unranked players get into the top 25 or top 10 in the span of a year or two, but for a guy to go from unranked to the number 1 overall player, we've never seen that before and we may never see it again. Things are going to get interesting. The only way from here now is down, whereas a year or two ago, the only way for him was up. It's a different situation. How is Sharpe going to handle all this quick success that he's getting? Is he going to fold under the pressure, or is he going to rise to the occasion? I don't see him having a complete collapse and falling out of nowhere, I do think it's going to be tough for him mentally though. He now has the target on his back. It doesn't matter how much better he gets, he can't even go up, not even one spot. Being the number one player, you can say or believe what you want, it's gotta be stressful. I'm not gonna say players lose their dog-like mentality, but it's kinda like this. If I'm at the top of the top, the pinnacle at whatever I'm doing in life, why would I continue to work really hard if I can't go up anymore? You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's gonna quit working. It's something to think about though. Let me know what you think about Sharpe. Is he going to live up to all this quick hype and expectations, or will he fall off and fold under the pressure? But with all that being said, it's going to wrap up this video. This was a double upload, so you got to leave a like. It's mandatory, not an option. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be cool too. I had to say something, but I forgot. I'll probably remember it in a week or two or in the shower. Yeah, man, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.